Okay, it's going to get slightly weird right now because Will just said something which we thought we had to say, which is obviously in relation to drinking or relationship with alcohol. But the question is, how do you deal with a problem that you don't have? Okay, and I'm looking at you like that, meaning the friend or the family member or the therapist or whatever might go, oh, you need to deal with this thing, and the person, the drinker or the normal person who just happens to be drinking quite a lot, is saying, well, I don't. How can I deal with this thing if I don't have a problem? Yeah. And so. Yeah. There was a point for you, I guess, where you were talking about when Will was talking about when he started to form a very important relationship with Jane, where there were three people in the relationship: the drink, and Jane, and Will, and so Will was saying how the fear of sitting down and someone saying, "We've got to talk about your drinking. There's a problem. There's a problem here. You've got your." And that was the sort of really scary moment. So how did you go from someone saying, I don't have a problem, there isn't a problem, I'm managing my life, yes, I drink quite a lot, but I'm managing everything, I'm functioning. How did you go from, I don't have a problem, to then being able to summon up energy and thought to dealing with this thing? How did you do that?
Well, the key. I mean, the key to this is in this identifying of a problem, because before I go on and say anything about how I then dealt with it, the problem, as you call it, is really the problem for a drinker is having to stop drinking.
Right.
So none of it is really a problem. Is not really a problem if you're able to carry on drinking.
Right.
So apart from the sort of kind of the shame element of we've got to do something about your drinking.
Yeah.
The sort of the words that ring terror into.
Yeah.
Part of that terror is the shame.
Yeah.
Of fucking up enough to bring you real shame. Yeah. But perhaps the larger part of the terror is the having to stop drinking. So it's all a bit of a kind of I mean we mentioned this before, but it's all part of the whole idea of how shameful, how difficult a term is alcoholic if you can call it functional.
Yes.
I quite liked the term functional alcoholic because it sort of legitimised my drinking, and that's the level of the way in which I saw it as a problem, was managing my relationship, managing my relationship with Jane and the alcohol, managing my relationship with the alcohol, when I could have it, when I couldn't. Taking it away was a complete no-no. I mean, that was catastrophic. That was the end of my life.
Yes.
If you'd said, you must take this away. So that is the problem. So that's why
that is the problem. So that's the problem. So this is the weird. This is why I'm laughing. I'm afraid, not laughing obviously at you guys.
It's hard not to.
But so the problem is stopping. Not the problem is carrying on. Yeah. So this is a weird contradiction, isn't it?
Yes.
The people, the family, the girlfriend, the wife, might say, or the husband might say, we've got a problem, meaning you need to stop. But actually, of course, the person who wants to carry on drinking, and for them, the problem is not the fact that they're carrying on drinking, because as you say, they are functioning. Yeah. There's a bottle of wine in the fridge. What's the problem? What's the problem? So the weird screw up is that the problem is the stopping, not the problem is the carrying on. Yeah. So you've got this fundamental contradiction.
Yes.
It's not just like oh, we've got a problem, how do we deal with this?
Yeah.
It's, you have to kind of, you have to say, okay, the current life, which you don't think is a problem, is something that you need to fix.
Yeah.
And then not drinking is going to be, the solving is going to be the answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I don't know if it's how closely related, but that's why cutting down as a solution to the problem is always going to be okay-ish to the drinker, because it's not eradicating drinking altogether. You know, you're still, the problem, fortunately, is not being dealt with so squarely that it's going to be, you know, the thing that you want most of all in life is going to be taken away. And it all comes round to the notion that dealing, if there really is a problem and you really are going to address it, you've got to view it entirely differently. You've got to look at it in an entirely different way. You've got to embrace sobriety as a new and exciting thing. So
this is the big flip, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it must be a sort of magical moment in a way. But I just want to clarify. So for many people who manage their lives using alcohol are going to say, I don't have a problem. For the people around them who love them and care for them and see them, you know, they think, your drinking is a problem. So you've got this fundamental fight. And at some point, somebody, the drinker, says, okay, I'm going to change, I'm going to think differently, and I'm going to embrace sobriety. And it's a whole different way of thinking.
It's a different way of thinking. It's a different language. It's a magic. It's a sort of magic new world. Is how you have to view it. And you know, seeing it, being on the other side, I can confirm it is a magic new world. But try telling that to somebody who drinks.
Okay, just wanted to clarify